What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Appreciate y'all for joining us over here at the Chop Shop. How you feeling? How you feeling? We in this thing. Man, the Houston Rockets is the Group A in tournament season champs. Man, I'm just so happy right now. I know y'all feeling me. I know y'all got the vibe. I know y'all got the energy. I know y'all are lit right now. Man, the Rockets, we moving on. We moving on to the the quarterfinals, excuse me, the quarterfinals of the in-season tournament. You know, we here, man. We here. We had some ups, we had some downs, we had some highs, we had some lows of this game, but man, our guys toughed it out. We strapped it up in overtime to come back and seal the victory. Yes, yes, yes. It was frustrating. I won't lie. It was very, 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 very frustrating to see that 18-point lead go. But we responded. You know, in the previous seasons, we definitely will lose a game like this. We definitely will lose a game like this. But this is not your grandpa's Houston Rockets, you know. And this is against a team that has always given us trouble. Always giving us trouble with their size, Ant with his athleticism. I mean, it wasn't a perfect game by far. It wasn't a perfect game. But the way our guys responded, the way they came out and looked, everything besides like the third quarter, mid-third quarter, and into the fourth quarter. But midway of the fourth quarter, we kind of strapped it up back. You know, we got our head back on our shoulders. We got like the second wind, and yeah, we collapsed a bit. We collapsed a bit, but this is what brings your integrity to your team. These are the type of wins that let them know against a good team, even though we have some ups and downs, then we most definitely can come back. We most definitely can still put our best foot forward and pull out a game like this. We don't have to totally collapse. You know, the past years, if we had a 18-point lead and they came back and tied it up or either took the lead, the opponent, we usually just crumble. We'll crumble for that. You know, we will crumble, but we actually stepped up. This is how you know this is a different team. We playing a hard, gritty, tough brand of basketball. This actually felt like a playoff game. I ain't gonna lie. I was skeptical about the in-season tournament thing. The first year that they did it last year, I was really, really skeptical. Like, man, so what? What is we gonna do? You know. But these are the type of games that you're gonna win in the playoffs. This is how you win in the playoffs, because the game will slow down. The team, you know, they both want it, hungry, on the line, see who wants it more. And these are the type of wins that you can hang your hat on, bro. Like, you really can hang your hat on these wins, because that is a tough, gritty squad that we beat. Yeah, they didn't have Michael Conley, but, you know, for the most part, they were healthy. You know, I think their spacing is just a little bit off. And without Cat to stretch out the floor, I think Julius Randle kind of was a bad fit for them, because yeah, he can shoot threes, but he's not really efficient like Cat. Cat, by his own standards, is the greatest three-pointer shooting big man in the league history. It's kind of hard to disagree, but even do our ups and downs, we had some shaky calls by the refs. I think they transitioned the momentum back to them with some of the calls that they was doing, because in the first half they let us play. They really let us play. Then the second half is like they got whistle happy and they started calling us for every little ticky tack foul. A few of them on Tari. I think that shouldn't have been called in the heat of the moment type of game like this, I wouldn't have blown some of those whistles. You know, I wouldn't have blown some of those whistles, but it is what it is. They blew the whistles. We fought through it. The adversity, because everything is not gonna go your way every time. Everything is not gonna go your way. But we showed that in a hostile crowd, we bro. How many games did we win on the road last year? Not very many. Not very many especially against good teams. I think we probably beat Denver on the road a couple of times last year. I think those was like a few of our signature wins, but we didn't win a whole lot of road games. And then in this environment, almost playoff field, on the road, on the road with the whistle not going our way in the second half, our team showed up and showed out. Oh man, Thompson, man, that guy, man, that guy is. I think our man Thompson hit the biggest shot of the game. He hit the biggest shot of the game because when it looked like that they was about to run off with it, they was up 3. He hit the corner 3-pointer with no pressure. It seemed like he didn't hesitate. There wasn't no pressure. It didn't seem like he thought about it like, oh man, I'm not a good 3-point shooter. Should I be hitting this? Should I be hitting this? But all man Thompson, I don't care what you say, Kurt. I see you yapping in the chat. All man Thompson hit the biggest shot of the game. He did. He kept us there. And then Şengün, another triple-double. I think this is 3rd this season, 7 overall for his career. And almost half of them came this season. He's starting to figure it out. He started off slow. And, shouts out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They tried to make a comeback, and Rostradamus want me to tell them, when you make a comeback, you got to complete it. You got to finish the comeback. It's not good to just come back and then still lose. You got to finish the comeback. But thankful for us, they didn't finish the comeback. So, man, it was a good win, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I started shaking at like, man, come on, bro. I know all of y'all was at the edge of your seats. I know all of y'all was at the edge of your seats at the end of this game. And rightfully so, because we seen this far and far too many times before. Well, we'll lose games like this. Like, we will flat out lose games like this. But we stepped up and we got the job done. And this is exactly the type of signature win that they'll carry over. It'll carry over. Some of our guys was good. Some of them was bad, and some of them was downright terrible. The good, the bad, the ugly. Some of them was good. Some of them was downright terrible. Like, y'all know what it is. Who we got in here with me, man? Let me holler at all of my CSGs in the chat. Sigga Miggs, Owen Lovan, Voodoo, Busy 6782, Kali, Kurt, or Mission Mez. I don't know how to spell your name. Chetman, Bumper in the building. HB28 in the building. Lyria, Kubale, David Pham, Marcus Casted, KDC, Marcus Castile, my bad. Music 11, Steve-O, Third Coast Alliance, EF Hutton in the building, my man. EF Benny Mac in the building. Plegas, Kenny S. Who we got? Jordy, Shark Shock, The Usuals, Voodoo, King 98, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. If you want me to shout you out, man, put it in the chat. Erkin, Kiwa, roll call. Yeah, this roll call, man. PDX, Shaman, Albert Marquin. What's up, Albert Marquin? Good to see you. Who else we got? Empathy, Cobb, Yidget, uh, Rafat, Aaron Ellenbow. Man, if I missed you, I ain't dish you, man. If I missed you, you know I ain't dish you. That ain't how we rock over here at the Chop Shop. If this your first time joining us, man, hit the like button right now. This gotta go out. The YouTube algorithm loves the like button. So if you in here with us, man, you gotta smash the like button. If you want our channel to grow, if you like the content that Frank put out, that the live streams after the games and such, I know I have some tech issues with my PCU. That's why I haven't been going live a lot. But man, smash that like button. Let's send this out over all of YouTube to let them boys know the Houston Rockets are back. Don't be sleeping on us. This is not the old team that you used to know. We are coming and we demand our respect. You feel me? So hit that like button while I pull up these stats so I can read them out to you. Hit that like button. When we appreciate it in advance, man. We appreciate it in advance. Jabari Smith Jr. played 38 minutes. He was 8 for 9 from the field, 3 for 4 from the three-point line, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, a plus 30 with 19 points. Man, I don't Jabari is my favorite player, right? Y'all know Jabari is my favorite player. I'm not going to forget how y'all wanted to just trade my man Jabari about 2 weeks ago, man. Y'all was just trying to trade my man. In the last few games, man, it seems like he's starting to figure it out. He's been hustling. He's been on the rebounds. He's been playing defense. He's been blocking shots. He blocked Rudy Gobert dunk. I mean, that boy Jabari, weak side help. He's starting to get better at weak side rotations, weak side help. So yes, y'all, give it up. I know who y'all was. Don't say, oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, Space. That wasn't me. I wasn't trying to trade Jabari, man. That wasn't me. It was you. I'm looking right at you. It was you. Yeah, I remember. I kid. But I remember the talks, though. I remember the talks. Dylan Brooks played 41 minutes. He was 8 for 14, 4 for 7 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a plus 6 with 22 points. Al P played 42 minutes. He was 9 for 23. He had a rough first half. Yusuf Kami was good. What's happening? Oh, Najee, what's happening? I see y'all snuck through the back door. Red Dragon 83, what's happening? CSGs, we all we got. LP, he was rough from the first half. He was a little bit rough. He missed a few bunnies, a few layups that I think he could have actually converted. But Rudy Gobert, he's a tall man. And then he figured out, man, hold on. I can move Rudy. Toxic, what's up, Toxic Weekends? What's happening? I can move him. I think if you remember and if you've been following the channel for a while, I think one of the big things me and Frank have been always saying is once Şengün gets built enough, gets enough muscle, and he can start moving guys horizontally, like creating space that way and being able to actually back people down, you're going to see him get better and grow. And that's exactly what we've been seeing. We've been seeing him. Like Rudy Gobert used to, he used to give him the business, but it'll go back and forth. Şengün will, win some. Rudy will win some. But he figured out, man, he's tall, but he ain't got much girth. He ain't got much weight to him. I can move him. So you see him start backing him down, moving him, like throwing them bows, like Luda throwing them bows. He started throwing them bows, moving Rudy Gobert. Man, he was just punishing Rudy. And that's what you got to see. And that's what you want to see from Şengün. It'll help his game out a whole lot. I still think, man, he needs to start shooting them open threes. He needs to, I don't care, make a miss. At least shoot them, because those are the shots that they're giving you. Shoot the open threes. That's all. That's all I want. That's the only thing I got to say. Shoot the open threes. You know, hit the like button if you just coming up in here with us, man. Hit that like button. I see we got 144 people watching. We only got 61 likes. Come on, man. Let's match. Let's let the likes match the viewership. At least give it up. Get it up to 100. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. Don't be just sitting in there soaking up the content and not hitting the like button. We don't beg for much. We don't ask for much. We just ask for you to hit the like button so this can go out over all of YouTube. Please hit the like button. But yeah, Şengün, man, he was a plus 28 with 22 points. Another triple-double, like I said before. Another triple-double for Şengün. He coming for you, Jokic. He coming for the triple-dub title. Hold on. We ain't gonna overdo it. We ain't gonna overdo it. But he coming. He coming. Fred VanVleet, he played 45 minutes. He was 10 for 25, 6 for 12 from the three-point line, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, a plus 22 with 27 points. He almost had a triple-double. He almost had a triple-double. Fred VanVleet, man, it's like you gotta take what you can get with Fred VanVleet. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, some of them shots he be taking, I'd be like, come on, Fred. Just like the last game at the buzzer, he tried to draw the foul. Like, come on, man, they not gonna call that, Fred. You know, they not gonna call that, man. Get a good shot. And I think the brunt of that was on him, and he felt it and he realized it. That's why he went up to the ref, pointing at him in his face. Looked like from one angle, looked like he actually poked the ref in the face, but he was frustrated. We can understand that. We can understand that. But man, some of them shots he take is still questionable. But we got him for now, so we can't really complain. Oh well, we can complain, but he's gonna be here at least for the rest of the season. Jalen Green played 23 minutes. He was 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 for the free throw. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a -8 with 9 points. He was the only starter in negative plus minus. Now, I in the chat, I was saying this to Frank. I was like, Jalen, he'll have, 2-3 good games, right? And then he'll have that bummer of a game. And then you can see it creep into his mind, and then it's like he's off for the next 5 to 6 games. And then he'll have a breakout game, and then he'll have 2 to 3 steady games, and then he'll go back into the slump. Not playing as well. He needs to get consistent. He needs to be consistent. Like he tapers off, then he'll pick it up, taper off, pick it up. Taper off. Like, bro, come on, man. Even though he's still the leading scorer on our team, which is not saying much because we so balanced. But Jalen, I'm not saying, I ain't gonna say, we need to trade him or bench him or nothing like that. But we need to see the consistency, bro. We seen what you can do. We know what you can do. Let's put it together. Put it together all the time. You don't have to be a superhero every game, but we just need to know that you're going to show up, that you're going to consistently show up for the game. Because if Jalen was the normal Jalen, this game wouldn't be close. Well, I guess he is the normal Jalen playing like this. But if Jalen actually maximized his potential to what we think he can be, a lot of these games wouldn't be close because he'll actually contribute. Now, I would say this. He's trying to play defense. He's still trying to play defense, right? So it's not creeping into his defensive game because he's having off shooting games. And that's just growth and maturity and evolution of Jalen Green. And I think unless some big trade happen, he's going to be here for the next 2 years. So we need to see that consistency, Jalen. We need to see it. Tari Eason, he only played 18 minutes. After he took that hard tumble, he didn't come back into the game. So I'm worried about, did he hurt himself, re-aggravate the injury? or is it his back? Because it looked like he was grimacing, holding his back, lower back area. He took a hard tumble, but he wasn't having a typical Tari game either. You know the Tari game. He really wasn't having that typical Tari Eason game up into that point. But he was still out there fighting. But he looked a little bit like he was pressing. It looked like he's trying to. He's not letting the game come to him, and he was pressing. He was pressing. But I'm hopefully he's all right. There's nothing really majorly wrong with him, because we know we do need Tari. We need Tari. We need him and our man coming off the bench, causing that havoc, making it hard on the second units. And then when it's crunch time, he'll be in them. They're making it hard on the starters. He's a big key to our success, I would say, just like him and our man. So we need Tari to be healthy. Hopefully he healthy. Y'all send some prayers up for Tari Eason. Our man Thompson played 38 minutes off the bench. 38 minutes, 6 for 9 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. The biggest shot of the game. Our man Thompson. I don't care what nobody say. Kurt. 2 for 2 from the free throws. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 8 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 blocks, a -2, but he had 15 points. Reed Shepard played 9 minutes. He just did a bunch of running around. Jock Landale, he played 11 minutes. I think that was 11 minutes too much, but since Aquaman, he's not fully healthy yet. I don't know why we won't play Uncle Jeff, because he'll be able to play the 5, stretch the floor, be a 5. I know he's a little older in the tooth, but he can still play spot minutes. Like, I would rather see Uncle Jeff out there than Londale. Londale, when he came in, he tanked our lineups. I wasn't satisfied with Londale minutes at all tonight. Shangoon, Dylan Brooks, Jabari, our man was the good tonight. They was good. They was on point good. The bad, Jalen Green, Tari Eason, and I don't want to, Reed Shepard. The ugly was Jock Landale. Landale was it was ugly. It was ugly tonight for Landale. Jock Landale, he was ugly. It was ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly. Now, I haven't still set up my what's name, because I've been doing other things trying to get my what's name right. But I will go through the Rocket Stock Exchange, and I kind of just gave you a hint of it. Jabari Smith Jr. stock is rising by Jabari stock. Dylan Brooks stock is rising. He's hitting shots. He's playing D. He's been pretty good. He's been way better this year than he was last year so far. I think he's a bit more consistent than he was last year. I think the team adopted his mentality, him and also Ime Udoka's mentality of hard nosed, gritty, get after it type of basketball. So he have been an asset this far. Dylan Brooks stocks rising. Al P, triple double, looked good the last 4 to 5 games. Stocks rising, of course. Fred VanVleet, this is hard. What y'all think? Y'all think Fred's stock is rising, or is staying the same? I'm leaning to staying the same. Even. I agree with you, Jalen. I think he's probably even. I wouldn't say his stock is rising, but I think he's steady, even. Fred is a hold. Yes, Fred's stock is rising. Okay, Todd the Human Lamppost says Fred's stock is rising. He still takes some dumb shots. I agree, Jalen. Fred is Fred. I mean, what that mean, Kitty? Fred is Fred. I mean, you know how that is when somebody asks you like, "Hey, how was your day? Was at work?" It was work. That don't mean nothing, bro. Like, Fred is Fred. I mean, It was work, you know. How was your day at work? It was work. I showed up. Oh man, yeah. But Jalen Green, the last four or five games, his stock is dipping a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And I know a lot of people been saying, let's trade him, let's trade him, let's trade him. With his contract, I'm not even sure if he can be traded this year anyway. But I know that if we was to, this is the catch 22. If we was to try to move Jalen, then it's gonna compromise the rest of our team because his stock isn't high enough to just want him in picks. They're gonna probably want him, i.e. Jabari. We already know Tari, the Terror Twins, are off limits, so it's gonna cost him, maybe Cam, and some picks, to get someone over here. So it's not going to be just as easy as saying let's just trade Jalen Green. If you want to trade Jalen Green, you want to get a superstar type level. If we got to add assets to shop Jalen Green, then we're gonna have to add something to him because his stock isn't high enough just to trade him like 1-for-1, for nobody. So the best thing that we can do right now is just hope Jalen Green figures it out and just come up to the party and wake up to the party and realize that he got to be more consistent. We got to see that Jalen Green when he found out he was having a baby last season and he went nuts. We found out he was gonna be a pop, so he just started going nuts. That's what we need. You know what I mean? We need that Jalen Green to show up consistently with his hard hat, ready to work every day. But it is what it is. Tari Eason, he's even. His stock still is up. His stock was already through the roof, so it's going to take a monumental collapse for Tari Eason's stock to drop. Allman Thompson's stock steady going up. I mean, he is breaking the glass floor, the glass ceiling. He's breaking everything. Allman Thompson, his stock is rising so high. It's steady going up. He's starting to hit shots, man. And he's starting to get to the rim at will. At will. Not too many people can stop that man from getting to the rim. The defense impeccable. The rebounding. He can literally guard 1 through 4. And sometimes he'll try to take on the 5. So Allman Thompson, he's like just a utility belt type of guy. And he's just everywhere. His stock is just super high right now. His stock is super high. Londell stock plummeted through the roof. He's like Dogecoin right now compared to Bitcoin. Dogecoin, just sell them. just sell those. Sell those. If you have any faith in Londell, just sell those Dogecoins. Those doggy coins. I think that was supposed to be the real name, right? Doggy coins. Just sell those. That's Jock Londell right now. Sell him. He's not Bitcoin. He's not, Ethereum. He ain't none of that. Sell those stocks. Reed Shepard, he's a rookie. He gets a little bit he get a little leeway. He is starting to try to shoot. I think he was just so hesitant earlier the first few games. He wasn't even trying to shoot. So at least he's trying to shoot. He still kind of play defense. So he's even. I'm not expecting much out of Reed Shepard. Anything that Reed Shepard gives us is just icing on the cake at this point. It's just icing on the cake. That's all it is, right? Just icing on the cake. Offensive player of the game, of course, that it would be the man Şengün. Şengün, offensive player of the game. I think that's not a question, right? Am I tripping? Do somebody out there want to nominate anyone else for offensive player of the game? Who you think? You thinking about bro? Hold on, Ty. Somebody say mods. Can y'all block Ty from the channel? He talking about we can replace man. Nah, I'm just playing. Oh, you replace him with man. I'm just playing, bro. Don't block Ty. I'm just playing. Don't block him. Don't block Ty. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool, man. Don't block him. I'm joshing with you. I'm playing. Nah, but I know he's talking about you can replace our man with Jalen. Sigamigs, I was playing Sigamigs. I almost did it. Don't do it, Sigamigs. I'm just playing, bro. Don't block anyone from the channel. Don't block nobody from the channel. All right. I knew one of y'all was gonna try to do it. I knew one of y'all would probably do it, man. Y'all wow, y'all wow. But yeah, man, like I said, man, it's a great team win, man. Showed us what we can be, what we all about. Showed us that we got a backbone. Showed us that we can win tough, gritty games on the road against good teams, good solid teams. Now I would say I don't think Minnesota have fully figured it out. You know, 5-star. You did me dirty. Who did you dirty, man? Ooh, me? I ain't do nothing, man. It wasn't me, bro. It wasn't me. I didn't do nobody dirty. It wasn't me. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm gonna get the link out, man. Let me get the link real quick so I can bring y'all up. I know y'all tired of hearing me talk, so I'm gonna hear from y'all, my CSGs. I'm gonna post the link in the chat, and y'all can all come up and give your takeoff. And let's see. I want to hear. You know, I'm always anxious to hear from the CSGs. So, of course, y'all can come up when I post the link. Let me see. Got the link. Let me see. There's the link right there for you, man. If you want to come up, hit the link so we can get it popping, and you can come up. We can talk about the game. We can talk about the in-season tournament. The in-season tournament. We are the champs, the in-season Group A champs of the Western Conference, the Houston Rockets. We move on to the quarterfinals. I'm just ecstatic right now. I think we can. I mean, and then it wasn't even close, right? It wasn't even close. Even if they would have beat us, we still would have been leading because of the point differential. Nobody, we was like 40 plus points up, and the next team was like negative 14 points. So it was gonna take us a lot to not win this in-season tournament group, you know. So we pulled it out. Anybody want to come up, man? Hit that link, Rockets Chop Shop. You see the link right there. You can come up and we can talk about it. I know somebody want to come up. EF Hutton, whoever. The airwaves are open. If it's your first time, don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Don't be tenderfoot. Hit the link. Come on up. You just have to grant the app permission to your microphone. You don't have to come on camera. You know, you can come on up and we can talk about it. I want to hear y'all takes, man. I want to hear y'all takes. Empathy say, by the way, the next 76ers, any thoughts? The 76ers, I mean, I know Joe Embiid he's a handful for any team to handle, but they haven't been clicking as of yet. You know, when you get a lot of new people, you know, on your team, then it takes them a while to figure it out. We got Ty in here with us. What's going on, Ty? How you feeling? You on mute, bro. Where you go? You just left. Ty, come back, Ty. I was just playing with you, Ty. Come on back, Ty. What happened? Oh, man, I think I hurt Ty feelings, man. Ty, come on back. You was in here. He had came up. He clicked the link. he clicked the link. He dropped back down. If anybody else want to come up, man, you know, y'all can see the link in the chat right there, man. You can always come up, holler at me. I know y'all don't want to just hear me talk. I know somebody out there want to come up and talk to Spaces, man. Y'all hurt my feelings right now. Y'all want to come up and talk to me. What's happening? Y'all too excited? Or what? Y'all, everybody went to the game or something? Y'all went to the game in Minnesota to where you got to drive back home. You don't want to talk to your boy? You know. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Like I always says, you know, Uh, you missed my super chat. Oh, you did send a super chat. My bad. My bad. You show right. You show right, my guy. You show right. My bad. Kenny S says, thanks for the super chat, bro. Thanks for the super chat. My bad. I was just rambling, talking. Could A-Man and Tari make history and share the sixth man? I don't know. I don't know if that's if two of the same people from the same team could actually get the sixth man. That'll be, I think, unprecedented. What's up, Big B? Big Brandon Pimpson in the building. What's up, Big B? You on mute, Big B?
Hey, I had to join, since he was calling us out, talking about like ain't nobody finna join you,
I mean, y'all act
So
like
yeah,
y'all
we
was
gonna step
scared, like
up.
y'all didn't want to come
Nah,
holler
there
at your
ain't
boy.
nobody scared up in here. Look, people gotta understand the highs and lows. Like that's what we're gonna have. We're still a younger team. Even good teams have highs and lows throughout the season.
Yeah, for sure.
Like so, like you gotta understand that. Like okay, so Portland
Hold
back
on,
to
real
back.
quick, Brandon,
We
before you go.
blow them out by 30,
Ty, when
and
you
then
come
what
up
happened?
and you on the stage, he's asking how to unmute. When you come up on the stage, you should look right at the bottom side, bottom right, bottom is the bottom right, Brandon, and you should see a little microphone, and you can press it, and it should unmute you. You back on mute, Brandon.
You can. It's bottom left, and you can actually do the cam too if you want to.
Oh, bottom left, yeah, and you can put your camera on too.
Like if you really want to go live.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon. It's on you.
But yeah, it's just like you got to understand the highs and lows. This isn't football, okay? So, we got 82 games, just like baseball, although it's a lot more. You still got a long season. Like it's highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. What's consistent is what? The bench. So that's what makes us a consistent team because we got a good bench and we got offense. Our starters are nice. So I mean, overall, as you can look at the team, I'm not saying we're no third or fourth seed. I don't see it. Me personally.
I mean, we holding pat at that third seed right now,
I
man.
mean, we are. I'm not saying we're not. I'm saying over the long haul, though. I don't. I mean, I'm not saying we're not gonna be six. Like 6 seed Charlie. Where he at? Like okay, there we go. Yeah, I can see that easily. But
Hmm.
third seed,
I think
Fred
you.
better stop tripping,
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I mean,
or
I
Jalen
think I
got to
think
become
legit.
more of a takeover type player.
Right.
Other things got to change if you think you're going to be in that top two and top three West. I don't see this right there right now.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that we can't be a third, the three seed, but I mean, we holding it down right now, man. I think once we play the Lakers and Sacramento and then Denver, I think we'll get a real good gauge on our team and where we should be able to stack up at the West. Hold on, I got a super chat I need to read real quick. Rashawn Williams says the Rockets took control during overtime when they quit shooting threes. Yeah, but the thing is, when you don't shoot threes, you become one dimensional. So even if you really look at it, in 2016 with Harden, that team wasn't a good 3 point shooting team. We just shot a lot of them. We just played the
A bunch of
odds.
them just jacked them up.
Yeah, we if you shoot 53s, you should be able to make 19 to 20 of them a game, right? So we were just playing the numbers game. They wasn't a good 3 point shooting team. They just shot a lot of them. Outside of Harden,
That's when we went small. Remember? I mean, we
yeah,
got
we
rid of
went small ball.
Capella and we're jacking up threes.
Yeah, Yeah, that's what it was. So we gotta shoot some threes, man, just to keep the defense honest and things like that. Um, but yeah,
No, I
I
like
mean
what
it
we're
is what it
doing. Like
is.
you're saying, we're actually not shooting that many threes like we used to, right? So I'm actually liking that because then when people are starting to make them, like you say, Tari, I mean, he's looking good right now. Tari as at 3-point shooting,
Three points.
Jabari's improving as the season's going on. 3-point shooting, we got them shooters now.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Control.
Yep. Appreciate it, Brandon. JK memes. What's good, JK?
What's up?
What's going on, brother?
I did the prediction like when we before we started the season. I did
Right.
the
Do you remember? Do you remember what?
nah, not really. Yeah,
I can tell you this. I didn't
uh,
have us at
Nah,
13
nobody
and
had us this
6.
high. Nobody had us this high.
yeah. I think we definitely need to do something for our shooting guard spot, man. If we want to stay number three, I mean, he either needs to kick it
I
up.
mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna kick out somebody, or you're gonna trade
Hold on,
Jalen?
let, Big B. Let him gather his thoughts. Let him let
My
him.
bad, my bad, my bad. I'm
Yeah,
quick with it.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't know. The thing that upsets me most about Jalen is he'll make a bad play, a bad decision, a bad shot, something like that, and then he won't. He doesn't get back on defense. He'll like pout about it like James Harden, and then not get back on D. That's the kind of thing that really makes me mad watching guys play. It's like,
You've
man,
been seeing
he's
that
getting
Have
bad
you
lately
been
this
shots.
seeing that?
year.
That's what I'm about to ask him. You been seeing that this
I mean,
season?
I haven't been seeing Jalen play that way this year. Like, dude's on the ball. Like he's on his man when the dude got the ball. I mean, I
Maybe I'm
don't know.
just
I don't know.
seeing
That's
the
what I
bad.
see.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not doing what he's getting paid to do, though. Really.
He
Yeah,
actually took
I
a
don't want
pay
to be.
cut.
I don't want to be a
He
negative
got what,
Nancy on this
105
stream.
million, 106 million.
Big B, hold on. I don't want to be a negative Nancy on this stream, man. We just clinched
I mean,
the Group A. Yes, I agree
yeah.
with. I agree that Jalen he needs to step up. I hinted at that, but it's so much other things that's happening right for this team. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying don't be concerned about Jalen, no doubt, but there's so many other things that's happening right that I think that we can we can have a lot to be at least be positive about.
I think one thing that's good is we're so deep that I think teams are having a hard time keeping up with how many players we have that can uh, be versatile.
Well, that's what's great, right? Anybody can go off one night. Like Jalen go off, Tari go off,
Yeah,
Jabari go off. Like
Yeah, I hear some
anybody can go
feedback
off at
too.
one point.
Um,
Dylan
let
will
me
go
let me
off
let
and
me
score. You
mute let
get
me
you
mute you
28.
real quick. Go ahead, say something, Big B.
I was saying people go off like Dylan. He'll go off for 28. Like that's what's great about this team. Like anybody can go off for 30 real quick.
Yeah, okay. Now go on mute, Big B. All right, now say something, JK.
what's good? You might
Yeah.
be hearing a fish tank in the background.
Nah, it seems like every time it's like when I talk, I can hear something in the background on your mic.
Yeah.
It's like a little feedback static for some reason. It's coming from you.
Move to a different room, maybe. I think that's what's going on because I've done lives before and people can usually hear my.
What you
Uh,
got? Like wires in your room?
huh?
Say what's going on in your room? You gotta
Sorry.
see. I don't. Well, I think that's a little bit better. No.
Yeah, it's
Do you
it's
have do
my
you have the
my
mic? I mean, do
playing.
you have the stream playing in the background?
No, I didn't have anything playing in the background.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and finish.
I don't even remember what I was saying now. Y'all can continue talking.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and go to EF Hutton real quick. What's up,
Yeah.
EF? EF Hutton. EF Hutton.
Yo, it's the man you all know and love.
Can you
What's up
get a
with it,
little bit
big?
closer to your mic?
Okay, my bad. Is that better? That better? 1 2 1 2. That better? Can I cut the mic up?
Let me see if I can raise you up. Nah, I can't do it.
Okay, let
Go
me see.
ahead. I can hear you though.
All right. So this I'll check it after this right here. A little quick take. But this the thing. Hey man. Ultimately, man, we pulling off big moves this year. You know what I mean? And I just like to see the players coming around and developing and learning how to win tough games. We kept seeing early in the year that they could get a lead, but they couldn't keep a lead. Then they learned how to get a lead and keep a lead. Then they seen where we was coming back from being down, where we couldn't overcome. Then we figured out how to come back and overcome. So we seeing a couple of things that's gonna translate to the postseason, and those things are to me are like Frank always say, you know, a player shoot an open shot 6 times and he missed 5 of them. I really don't. I really don't take that as a bad shot. I take that as a good shot that people miss. You know, and so I mean I can live with that. The thing that I have, one of my biggest things is, and this ain't even a bad thing. This is just to big up Dylan Brooks, man. People got to realize, man, Dylan Brooks is a baller, bro. You know what I mean? Like after he left Memphis and went into Canada and scored 39 and balled out that year with Canada, came straight to Houston and shot 50% for like a quarter of the season, and he hasn't shown anything other than he's really a good shooter when he's focused and when he's healthy. That's the only thing we've seen from Dylan Brooks is that he can really shoot the lights out the ball. If other than the trying to just take over and play one-on-one basketball. But just big ups to the team, man. It's good to see Alp, stepping up and being a force because obviously we say, we need a number one, we need a number two, we need who our number one. We know who our number one is, but I'm seeing Ime do something that I kept saying Stone was doing. He's putting guys in position to develop. So we seeing Jalen, hey, look, you get a chance to go out and see if you can be the number one. Go out there and be the number one. Guess what? When you fail, we got a number one we can go to. Okay, now let's go out here and let's see if we can win this game shooting threes. They're gonna clog the paint. We're gonna have to hit threes. And then if we don't make those threes, he might switch it up and run some backdoor cuts. And then, once they start paying attention to the cut, they start adjusting. Then he'll hit LP. So I'm seeing some good coaching strategies by Ime. I also like the combination of I like the Shank. I like when he has Jalen and Reed Shepard playing together, and then take them out and then put back in Jabari and Fred VanVleet. I actually like that rotation like that because it allows Fred and Bari, who like really supposed to be good shooters, but they both kind of mid. And then you got Jalen, who really put pressure on the rim, who's supposed to be an okay shooter, but he mid. And then you got Reed, who's supposed to be an okay shooter, but he just don't really shoot a lot. So I saw some good stuff from Ime too. So that's really where I'm at with mine. And obviously, I'm with you, Ghost, man. We heard him talking about Bari, man. We heard him talking about Bari. We got our eyes on him, man. Everybody on Pack Watch talking about Bari, man.
Yeah, and I always said Jabari is my guy. I when he don't play good, I call him out, right? But I still see a lot of untapped potential with him on the cool, and I like what they did with him tonight. You remember when I was saying why don't they do some off ball screens for him?
Yep,
Did
yep.
you see
Yeah,
him
we
coming
said it.
off the right? Exactly why I told him why I said they need to do it right, right. In the at the nail or like 10 to 15 feet out from the goal, the free throw line, have him curl around, get his jumper on. I seen that a couple of times today, and I was like, okay, MA. Now I'm seeing an evolution that looks good. Like this is how you supposed to use Jabari, and when he do that, then he also you know hustles, get rebounds, block shots. Man, we reward him. Reward him so we won't be just so one dimensional, pick and roll or Shangoon back down centric. You know what I'm saying? I got another super chat. James Pierce with the $5 super chat. He says, "Great defense and offense, looking like a good turn in the offense is coming." Exactly. And like I was mentioning that the way I seen some plays that was drawn up tonight that we really haven't seen. I seen them do like a split cut action that Golden State Warriors do. They had Shengun at the high elbow, almost at the break of the 3-point line. He got the ball. Jalen came from baseline. I mean from the sideline coming up, and it looked like he was going to give it to him. But then Fred VanVleet, he came the opposite way, and it looked like he could have possibly, like he gave him an option, either Jalen or Shangoon, but he didn't give it to neither one of them. He spent off, and he cut right to the hole for an easy layup. I was like, okay, that's what I'm saying. Get the defense moving one way laterally, one way or another, and keep them on their toes. I seen a little bit of evolution from our offense, man, that I haven't been seeing as of yet. Maybe he was just making sure that they got this part down, right? Hey, JK, you still got a little bit of feedback. Uh, Maybe he was making sure they get the basics down, and then he can build and layer it up, And I think that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing on to see the evolution going up, evolution gradually going up until, because it looked a little bit of if dare I say motion tonight. We had a little bit of that motion, Pop Tree, Kenny Atkinson, Steve Kerr esque, not quite as heavy, but I seen it, and I was really. And when we was doing that, we was winning. Towards the end, that's when we started just bogging down, being a lot of ISO. But when we was moving the ball, doing that, going around, bro, we went up by 18 points, and I don't know why they got away from that, in the third quarter and down the stretch. But I would like to see that. I would like to see much more of that. I mean, anybody can respond to that. I think EF at work. EF, you at work, huh?
What up, bros?
Zach Williams on the panel. How you doing, brother?
What up, bros?
What's
What's up,
happening, man?
man? Big win, man. I'm excited about that one. That was nice, huh? That
Yes.
was pretty nice, man. That was nice. I just wanted to comment really on man, Shangoon he looked real good. I think I give a lot of credit to I think him losing that 15 pounds in the off season did a lot for him. It got him really able to move around a lot, especially on the defensive end. He always had the heart, you know what I mean? Like last year, the year before that, he used to get caught up on defense. Like it wasn't really that he wasn't trying. It was just, he was just he got that clumsy game to him. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, dude, man, this team ready, bro. They gonna have to figure out what to do with Jalen though, man. In 23 minutes, our men outplaying them, bro. That shit gonna get old, bro. And Fred Van Vliet, come on, bro. You gotta he had his little 27. I get it, bro. It's so hard sometimes because when the guys have like good nights, 27, it's I'm sorry, I still got my gripes, bro. Like Fred, like I couldn't. Fred got something going on with Fred, man, where it just seemed like his play's so sloppy lately. How you get a back the violation? What was it
Yeah,
when
the 8 second.
come on, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was so mad, bro. Like, I'm tired of seeing that, bro. I'm tired of seeing the like crazy plays, bro. Like, but I mean, they pulled it out tonight, man, and all defense, man, and that was a big win, man. So I'm excited, man. They're looking good.
Yeah, man. I mean, I, we gotta enjoy this, bro. This is what I don't understand, and I think we get so caught up on our team being perfect, right? And we want the best for our team, all of us. You know, I don't think one fan is more of a fan than another. I think we all just see different ways to success, you know. And if it don't look like how you think it should look, then you kind of have a problem with it, right? So you tend to harp on the things that's negative, right? But the thing is, we bro, being second, tied for second in the West, like come on, didn't nobody think we'll probably even touch that benchmark at the beginning of the season. So there's a lot of things to be happy about, and yeah, there's a few things that's concerning. But every team that's good have those concerning spots, right? Either you don't have enough defenders, or you don't have enough shooting, or you need a big man. But the good teams, they figure out how to win in spite of, right? So that's what I'm looking at this whole situation, right? We're so good that we're starting to win in spite of our deficiencies in certain areas, right? You know what I'm saying, Zach?
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm with you. I did want to ask you about this. You know, I know it's real. It's real. Everybody talking about it in the Rockets fan base. But what Dylan had said about sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me. But it's
But
always
always
us.
us, yeah.
Di- like when I first saw that, I don't know. Maybe I'll just be nitpicking. I don't know, bro. But I don't like that, bro.
What was
Like
wrong with
I don't.
that? What's wrong?
I don't like. Look, I've never seen a championship team that can go 82 games and then go all the way through the playoffs with the championship with sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's him. Now every team, you know who it was gonna be, bro. You knew who you. It was Golden State. You know it was Steph and Clay, bro. When it was the Celtics, it was Tatum and Brown. You know who coming to get you every night, bro. And so it kind of just, to me, the Rockets look like a pack of young wolves that don't know who they alpha is. So every single night that they go out there, bro, they all kind of feel like all right. So like with the Warriors, everybody knew that it was Steph and Clay that was going off. These other team, the other players, they going into the game like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get Steph to go for 40 tonight. We gonna have Steph go for 50 tonight. We gonna have Clay go crazy tonight, right? But to me, it seems like when at the end of the stretch, none of them. But I don't know. Lately, they've been playing cohesively and playing the ball, playing together. But sometimes it feels like they all think in the back of their mind, shit, it could be my night. And sometimes that right there is what I feel like gives them static. They got to have a leader. You got to have an alpha. They play like and what Dylan said, he ain't lying. He's not. Look at watch the games. Every single night it's a different person. It is working for now.
Did I lose you? He might have got a phone call. The thing is, I
Here,
hear. Okay, I can hear you back.
my bad. Yeah, and it just got me on the edge of my seat, man. Like watching it, cause yeah, so I mean, I feel it, but I just don't think that in the long stretch, you got to have somebody, like somebody got to figure out. They got to figure out who is the top dog in there. Somebody got to fight in the locker room. They got to figure it out. I don't know, but I mean, they're winning right now, and winning basketball. You know, it brings them together. And like how you said, how they were moving that ball tonight. That was really nice, man. They were like it was one play. They passed the ball like 6, 7 times, and it was just Minnesota couldn't keep up, and that was just nice, man. And I think that just comes from them playing together over a while. But I don't know about that. Sometime you, sometime me. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they gotta have a killer, somebody that's coming to kill them every single night.
Right. And this is where I hear exactly what you're saying, right? But this is the way I look at it personally. Sometimes you gonna be on, sometimes I'm gonna be on, but it's all about the team. It's us, right? So it's like
Right.
more of a mindset that I'm not gonna be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might be hitting tonight, I might be hitting them tomorrow, but it's for the betterment of the team and it's not about me. So I think we're one of the few teams in the league that all of our starters are averaging double digits. Like we're that even, and even our man and Tari off of the bench averaging double digits, right? And this can
Yeah.
work out into your favor, like during the regular season, right? Because playing back to backs, traveling, the whole rigmarole that comes with a long 82 game season. That means you're not solely relying upon one person or two people to step up. Now, even with you mentioned Clay and you mentioned uh Curry. Even then, they didn't always equal the same amount of points. Sometimes Clay was off and Steph was just hot. And sometimes Steph was off, Clay was hot. And sometimes they both was kind of like struggling. Then Draymond used to step up. Do you remember Sean Livingston? Do you remember
Yeah, yeah,
Andre
yeah, yeah.
Iguodala? You know what I'm
But through the
saying? Like
82
it was
games,
they
but that's
depth.
why I said through the 82 game season. Like on average through the 82 game season, through all of the playoffs, yeah, for sure. Iguodala, Sean Livingston, man, them boys. I remember. Trust me, I remember them days. But through like an 82 game stretch, and then playoffs, those guys was bringing it every night. Those are the guys you had to plan for. Coaches, they had the game plan for these two. But I like what you said though, man, because we've really never seen a team like the Rockets built how they are. I mean, we got pretty much seven lottery picks stacked up from the last four consecutive drafts, you know, and with some great free agents that we've brought in. You've never really a team like this really ain't been assembled. We can't even find any playing time for Reed Shepard, right? We struggling to,
Or we
and
got one in the
Luke
G League, Cam
got
Whitmore.
got Cam down there in the G League going crazy. You know what I mean? So that maybe that is why it might have the fan base kind of on their seat, on the edge of their seats. It doesn't. It's because it's not orthodox. It's really not orthodox. And not only do we have all these guys, but here's why it's not orthodox, because the Rockets ain't trading them. They sticking to their guns. They like, no, we good. We gonna build around them. And there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of talk, a lot of trade rumors. But at the end of the day, they have stuck to this core, man. So maybe they will figure out who it is. Maybe they really remind me of the Celtics, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
yo,
this is why this is really, if you look at timelines from young rebuilding teams to get back into contention, we're on par with that, right? Because first you got to go through your growing pains. You got to go through your growing pains. You got to get draft picks. You got to draft them. You got to develop them, and then once you go through that, then you add vets to them. You bring into them. You instill a culture. We own that part. Then we see the next step to where we right at the cusp of the playoffs. That was last year. Then you see that they actually make a playoff run or get into the playoffs. Hopefully that'll be this year. And then once you figure out your ceiling with the core guys you have, then you start trading pieces off. Or then you look to make that move. Or someone demands a trade of high profile and they choose to come to you. Right? So it's not like, so we're right at that point to where we shown potential. We show we can win in the league. We get into the playoffs. We might win a playoff series. We might not, but we right there. And a superstar that this grown is gonna look and be like, I can go right there and I can be that piece that needs to be over, get them over the hump, and we can win the championship with. So we're on par for the course to make that a reality. The hard part is who are we gonna trade? You know what I'm saying? Because once that disgruntled star comes up, you gotta have. That's why we got our cupboard stocked with draft picks and i.e. young talent to keep us ready whenever the opportunity presents itself. So we're right there. But the thing is, no one is gonna come when we're losing. So this right here, this step that we're taking right now is gonna open some eyes. Oh man, look at the Rockets. They second, third, maybe fourth in the West. They got into the playoffs. I ain't feeling comfortable here while I'm at. Hey man, y'all force me. I'm forcing out of here. Send me to the Rockets. I want to go play with Ime Udoka. I want to go play with Shangoon. I want to go play with the young guys over there or what they're building on, and I think I can put them over the top. That's that. I mean, that's almost how all rebuilds works. That becomes successful. Besides the Celtics, they really didn't make too many moves until later. Porzingis and those guys like that. But for the most part, this is how we do. We homegrown. They homegrown their talent. They get them up. See what ceiling there is. Oh, we reached our ceiling. Now we can consolidate our picks. Young player or two. Let's get this grown star over here and put them over, and let's put us over the top.
Hey, I think here before this trade deadline comes, I think that Houston's gonna have to be one of the first places that teams look to. I mean, far like because we're deep in positions. You know what I mean? Like so. I mean, we got draft capital, future draft capital stocked and stored. Uh, it's gonna be real interesting to see if they choose to keep this team together through this season right here. And I just don't know. Like, trust me, man. I want Jalen Green. Like, man, I got Jalen Green memorabilia, bro. Like autographs. I got cards and all kind of stuff, bro. Like I done invested, bro. Like, and I want him to be here because that's our boy. But at this rate, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know. I
think.
don't know. I think teams are gonna be able to. Everybody's gonna come knocking.
Yeah,
And there's going to be so many offers because everybody's going to want to come and get they're from what I'm hearing, uh Shangoon on the market, Cam on the market, shit, Reed Shepard on the market. We got draft capital from the future. I just don't know if the Rockets is going to be able to turn down all the offers they going to have. So,
yeah. I hear you, bro. Um, the I mean, the thing is, I don't think they want to pull the trigger too quickly. The way we're performing now is actually buying us some time before we actually have to make that type of decision right now. Because if we're number two in, top five in the West with these young guys,
that's
you want
different.
you want to see what we can do. You know, we want to see what we can do with them. So like,
Go.
what's happening?
Nah, I heard you, man. Yeah, you right. I'm at work. You know what I mean. Every time I try to shoot hooky, you know what I mean. They act like they lost in the sauce around this bitch without
Man,
me
they
on the
need
floor.
you,
You
bro.
Nah, they can get out of here with that man. You know what I mean. My conspiracy side be coming out. I'm sure, bro. Y'all know I'm finna get on this call with the chop shop, bro. Cause it's like every time if I jump on Greenleaf call, it might be nothing jump off. But if I jump on with the shop talk, it ought to be 100 customers at once, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
nah, man. But check it out though. You know what I mean? Y'all really chopping up good game on here, man, because you know, it's basically it's coming to a culmination. Something got to blow. You know what I mean? Eventually the top has got to blow, bro. One way or the other, something got to shake loose because, at first I was like, why is Cam in the G League? You know what I mean? And then I was like, after a little while, I'm like, it really don't matter why he in the G League. It only matter what he does while he's there. Is he really learning the offense? Is he really learning the defense? Is he showing that he can just dominate the G League like he should be able to do? And so boom, we see him come back and forth. And then all the different the elements of the team is so everything's so precise, precisely put in place to where if we make a move, it's like chess at this point. Any way we decide to move, Stone can make that move. He can make a move to move a big and get back a big. He can make a move to move a guard and get bigger at the position. He can make a move to move a guard and get a better shooter. Anything we want to move, we can move that piece and get back exactly what we need if that's what we have to do. And if we don't, we can just checkmate you from here. You know what I mean? So, I'm cool with it. Cool with it anyway, bro.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like the thing that I'm looking at is we automatically, if we win this tournament, and this is, all things considered, if we win this tournament, it means a lot to me personally to show that you can go out and compete, for a cause and still, come through and achieve that goal as a team. And so that's gonna have you on a high horse. And I think that's what kind of pushed Indiana to the place that they had, because they was getting off, and then they see that they can really compete in the little tournament thing. And then from now on, their confidence just went up when they really wasn't. I don't think they were really a better team than we are right now. You know what I mean? Their defense was never, solid. We have a solid defense, a solid offense. The other thing I want to say is this. I think as basketball watchers, just people who just watch the game, you want it to be like 2K so bad. You want, somebody to be consistent, a consistent scorer, to where you can put the 2K in and I can go get 25 with this crossover, go to the goal, crossover, go to the goal. It's not 2K, bro. Sometimes you have a team that's constructed of nobody is consistent, but one person. You don't get to have two consistent people on teams all the time. Sometimes it's just one guy that's consistently going to do that thing. And that thing that he does might not be 30 points a game. It might be 30 points some games, but 25 a night other games. Tell you what I'm talking about.
Right.
Anybody who's a Rockets fan, raise your hand, because Olajuwon was a 25 point per game scorer consistently, right? Nobody else on that team scored above 20 ever. Ever, until we got Clyde Drexler. That team was Vernon Maxwell, who was 14 to 15 points a game. Kenny Smith, 15, 13, 14 points a game. Robert Ory around 9, 10 points a game. Otis Thorpe around 13 points a game. We had a bunch of guys scoring like between 13 to 15 points a game. Nobody was super consistent. And during that time, this is exactly what you would have. You would have Kenny Smith come out, and my uncle telling my dad, man, F that dude, man. That dude always missing layups.
Right.
He always missing layups. Why he don't foul somebody, man? If he play the whole game and don't foul somebody one more time, man, I'm going to lose my mind. And then, man, we need to put 7% on that 7% of the guy. And then my dad saying, yeah, man, we're looking for that Maxwell. All he want to do is slap people and run around the court shooting threes all over the place. And people was at odds about this team because nobody was consistent. But what they were was, one guy would give you 30. Kenny would pop off for 30 one night. Vernon would pop off for 30 the next night. Mario would mess around and have 25. Robert Ory would mess. And so the fluidity of these guys being able to trust that one of us going to come through tonight. One of us going to come through and help dream tonight. That's what made that a championship team. It wasn't that Kenny and Vernon was both guys that was 30-point a game scorers. No, they were both guys that could get you 30. If you double over here, Vernon will go get you buckets. If you try to cheat over the Vernon side, Kenny was going to get you buckets. Yes, Kenny was a knockdown three-pointer, But Vernon was only shooting 33, 34% a game. And he was streaky as hell. Anybody who remember those Rockets, Vernon was streaky as hell. And he would irritate the shit out of you
Yeah.
until the last second of the game when you needed him to make that
And
shot.
he got
And then
made
he
a
would
big
be,
shot.
and then Mad Max is your favorite player. Like Mad Max is my favorite player in the history of basketball. You know what I mean? And he's always been my favorite player, since I watched him play. Even, after he left and he went to play with Allen Iverson in Philly. But I'll tell you a story. I was at TSU, and this was the year before they won a championship, or the year after they won a championship. This was 94-95 season. So they were having it was the year after they won the championship, and they was having the rally at TSU at the Adams, the Adams gym over there. They were having like a little rally over there, and all the players was inside getting ready for the rally. And I was a young dude in the back. I'm not really going into the rally like that. We was at like a team leadership thing, or no, math and science camp. And I was in the back shooting hoops, whatever. I look over in the corner, cat over here shooting dice. Guess who it is? Vernon Maxwell. He ain't even in the rally with the game. He out here shooting dice and playing basketball with the kids. See, people don't know stuff like that about Vernon, but that's what makes Vernon my favorite player. And I think Dylan is kind of forming into their role, probably not the hood part of it, but just as, the motivational kind of part of it, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that everybody's not going to be consistent. Everybody's not going to be 30 points. All we need is one guy to be consistent and everybody else to want to win for their teammates. And that's going to make us a championship team.
Hey, that's an awesome story, bro.
Yeah, legit. Legit. Yeah. And I mean, I know we live in the era of the super team, right? You think you need 2, 3 stars to get there. But if you look at the landscape of the league with the new, contract situations and the cap salary, and you don't really have 3 guys that's like, LeBron and Bosh and Kyrie. You don't have the 3-headed monster like we did. Now you really need depth. You really need depth because your starters are supposed to do what they do. They're supposed to come out and do it. But when your starters go to the bench, you don't want a catastrophic drop off to where now you gotta just hold your breath and just hope that the backups can keep you in the game, right? So we got depth, and that's a good thing. That's really a blessing. Do you know how many coaches would wish that they had these many players that they can actually put in rotation? It's a bad thing for some of them, but it's a good bad thing, right? Because some of the best teams that we had good starters, not too much. Even pretty much during all of the Harden years here, we had great, good starters. But once the bench come in, man, we just buying stalling time for Harden to come back in. The bench to let the lead go. But this is a good thing to have, bro. That we got this much talent, and we still got a top 5 pick. Supposed to be in the top 5 pick. He slipped, and Cam Whitmore in the G League, and then we got another top 3 pick, Ryan the Pine, basically, and getting spot minutes,
Hey,
right?
Ghost, what they don't what you think about Reed, bro? Like I wanted to ask you, like, bro,
It's
they don't
too.
never run the pick and pops, bro. Like they don't
Yeah, I don't think they
like
using him right. I don't think that the coaches are using him right. They want him to be a Fred Van Vliet clone when he's not Fred Van Vliet at all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they're using him right. I think me personally, I would use him like a Steph Curry, an off ball, running off screens type shooter, moving without the ball, and you find him, off of drag screens, cuts, and things like that. That's how I would use him. I wouldn't use him as like on ball and he got to initiate the offense the whole time until he's ready for that. But I will make it so hard on the defense because all eyes is going to be on him because they know he can shoot the three. I will use his gravity, and I will also try to get him some good open looks to where he don't have to work that hard. There's no reason why Lil Reed Shepard should be running the point, and he's got to work hard to get his shots. Why? That's not beneficial. That's not using his strong suit, right? But I get it right now because the coaches we just trying to win games, and I can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and let's go back because I wanted to hit on something. Uh, Now you got some feedback. I don't know why I was getting feedback. The thing I wanted to emphasize right now, I think the easier move for us to make to get better is letting Fred VanVleet walk after this season. Let him walk, right? And use that money to get a combo guard, taller, like a the Aaron Fox type guard. Maybe Kings blow it up, maybe, or that Ja Morant type combo guard that's gonna be rim pressure, and we can have someone else that can create and put real rim pressure on the defenders because Fred he's not that. He's not that, and I think that would unlock a lot of the potential even that Jalen can have because say what you like. I mean, it was a stretch there where Jalen and KPJ they look decent together. They look decent together. I think it was a little overlap there, but because KPJ wasn't a true point guard, so he didn't utilize. He wasn't able to set everybody up. But if you got a combo guard with that skill set and he can be the engine, so to say, and make the right pass every time. Not every time, but make the right pass, put pressure on the defense. Even the pick and roll will work better with a guy like that. You pair Shengun with a guy like that, then the pick and roll even works better, right? So I think, and it's an easier path to success instead of trying to shop Jalen and having to put all of these assets with him and more than likely break up our team. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's an easier path if I'm looking at it from a GM perspective, because you can still hold on to most of your draft picks that you got. Then you got basically $60 million from Fred VanVleet that ain't eating it up, and that's an easier path to upgrading our backcourt than trading Jalen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing is okay. It's like I said, like I was saying last year. It's not about, to me, it's not about trading a player. It's about upgrading the roster in it. So people say, oh, we need to trade Jalen so we can get better. Okay, if you trade Jalen, where are you trying to get better at? What is it that we really missing? Is shooting our biggest problem, right? And if you say, I want to trade Jalen to get better at shooting. So what you're saying is, I'm going to trade Jalen and somebody's going to take a non-shooter and give me a shooter. See, the logic in that ain't really there. You know what I mean? So what you're looking at is, if you're going to trade Jalen to a team and you're trying to get a shooter, that means he's a worse player than Jalen overall, but he can shoot better. And then you want to package him with you want to get extra players. Let's say, for example, just something ridiculous. What's his name? Tyler Hero, who's a better shooter than Jalen, but he's old and hurt all the time. And you say, okay, we need to trade somebody and get a shooter so we can put at the shooting guard. Well, here's what happened. You're going to trade a player that's better than a player just to get somebody who can do one thing that you think your team needs to do, because you will feel better if they make more shots, but you're gonna not upgrade the team. The other thing is, you say, okay, well, our Jalen is missing shots, so I want to upgrade Jalen. I want to upgrade Jalen by putting somebody we already got in his position So that means I got to trade somebody from somewhere else, right? So, for example, I want to upgrade Jalen's position. So I want to put, let's use the example of Cam Whitmore, since Cam Whitmore was the most talked about Jalen upgrade up until this year, you know, by everybody but me, which I've always said it should be Dylan or Tari at the two. But all things considered, let's say I want to upgrade Jalen. No, let's use Tari. I want to upgrade Jalen's position to Tari Eason. So I want to play Fred and Tari. So I'm gonna trade Jalen or put him on the bench, but I have to give up, right? I have to give up. Um,
You're gonna have to give up Jabari or somebody, bro.
you're gonna have to give up Bari and Armin, right?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
And the end lies the problem. In lies the problem. Because if you want to upgrade Jalen, listen to what I'm saying, Space. If you want to upgrade Jalen, that means you're getting a pretty damn good player, regardless to what people say about Jalen. You're trying to get a pretty damn good player and a young one at that,
But you're losing
or
our
an all
man.
star. Right. Right. So you're gonna have to give up something you don't want to give up to do it. And so that's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. And if you look around the league and you say, who is an upgrade to Jalen? Who is an upgrade to the guy? You don't upgrade to Jalen unless you talk about just a specialty player. Like you say, okay, like for me, now I'm gonna tell you one that I say would be upgrade to Jalen. Larry Markkinen. You put in Torrey, you bring in Larry Markkinen. You put in Torrey, you bring in Larry Markkinen, and now you have a taller shooter, and your defense becomes a little bit better, and your fuller space becomes a little bit better. But you lose a little creativity on the ball. Okay, but your defense might be worse because Jalen is playing defense good. So I mean, it's always a give and take, bro. It's
What
always a
about
give and take.
Jalen Brown?
Nope, nope, because here's the
Jalen Brown ain't going nowhere, bro. They
But
just
see,
gave that man
see the
300
Rockets. But
million.
see the Rockets. They got not only they got players, but they got draft capital as well, and they got it in bundles for
but
like
here's
for a
the thing
minute.
about
So
Jalen Brown. If you go after a player with Jalen Brown's salary size, you're giving up Fred Van Vliet and probably Dylan Brooks and probably Jalen.
Bro, you talking about a finals MVP.
You talking about gonna how you say you finna scrape the whole bottom of your team
Yeah,
just to get
you
that
gonna
one guy.
gut your roster trying to get Jalen
well,
Brown.
you were asking an example of how you could get a better shooter and a better player that and upgrade. And to me that's just that would if I'm Ime, I just feel like that Ime connection might help a little bit too. You know what I mean? Like if there's any static at all going on with Boston, I if I was in the Rocket, I'd be always the first one on the phone. Any kind of static I'm feeling that they have, and they get on any kind of losing stretch, I'd be always on the phone trying, and I give it up too. I give it up too for they can take Jalen Green. They can take what's his name, Dylan Brooks. I know it's gonna be a two. What's his contract? 230 or something like that. I think it is 228 million.
Yeah, I just think for right now, we just gonna ride with what we got.
Yep.
We
I
gonna
like that's what old boy say. He said what he say, what'd you say? I could just get you from here. Well, how you said it? I don't know what you said, man. That sounded good to me though, man. I just
yeah,
get you
we
from
I
here to
mean,
what we got.
I don't think it's a rush. Why rush it right now? We number 3, number 2 in the West. We still don't have. I think the only real bargaining chip that we have is Shangoon. And we don't want to trade Shangoon, right? So let's see. Stick it out through this year. See where the chips fall. We get into the playoffs. We see what we got. Like I don't even probably even possibly next year. I think we try to upgrade our point guard position because I think that's just an easier path to get rid of instead of trying to get someone and basically gut our whole roster. I think they want Bari, Tari, Shangoon, Jalen, and all men to stay together, no matter what. Now Reed and Cam, maybe they a little bit disposable, but I know if I was them, I would want to keep at least that five together and see what you can do with it. And I think that's just the best way to go right now, bro. We're number 3 in the West. I didn't think nobody thought we would be there, and we doing it, and we're not
Crazy.
playing, and we're not looking the best every game. Now we still got, like I said, we still got Denver to play. We still got Lakers to play. We still got a couple of more teams to play.
They matched up well with Denver last year.
Yeah,
We had Denver numbers last year.
right. So man, like let's like everybody woosah, pump the brakes on the trades. Let's enjoy this. Why? I mean,
Yeah,
why once we get good, we want to start trading people. You know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying?
Well, it's like I watched a part the other day that was saying the same thing. Like anybody that you would trade for that would make you significantly better is already on the back end of their career or too old to where if you get that player is looking to win a championship because they've already won one. You know what I mean? So it's nobody who's really good who hasn't won a championship already,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
All the best players already got one, so they're not coming to your team other than like Kevin Durant. But everybody who's really good has already won a chip. They're not coming there to not win a chip. They want to go somewhere where they can possibly win. And if you're not keeping Fred, Dylan, and your stars, they're not going to see it as a winning situation. So now it's no real benefit to trading right now. You know, it is some trust me. Don't get me wrong. It is some ways that some trades would make sense. Like I said, if you're able to take some bottom end players, patch them with some Aaron Holidays and Jeff Gordons and Jeff Greens and Tates and some picks and get a top end player, it's worth it. But not for core guys. I mean, maybe one core guy, some bottom end players, and some picks. To get a disgruntled player off a team, or a player that just want to like, hey man, I like that team, I want to go there. You know, I'm not disgruntled, but I want to go play with those guys. And my contract coming up in 2 years, and it is a way that it makes sense to make a trade. But it's
Yeah.
more or less so
If
about guys just not feeling like everybody needs to be that everybody got to be good all the time, or that they're a problem. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
At
know,
the trade deadline this season, talking about the short term, I agree with mostly everybody that's in the chat saying we do need a backup center. We do need that Robert Williams type or lob threat, Clint Capella, rim protector, run and jump and catch alleys, play defense type of guy. I think we do still need that on our team because Jock Londell, he's just not doing it. He's not cutting it. He's just not cutting it. That's just
Jack,
that's
Jack,
just that's just bottom
he made
line.
me hold my breath every time he get the ball. But I find myself just holding my breath for some reason every time.
That'll be the one of the immediate upgrades that I would see. But as far as trading the young guys, consolidating our picks, it's too early for that. We haven't proved anything for someone that's worth that to say I want to go there. And most of the time, when these guys come up, because they like EF was saying, they control their future. I don't want to go over there and play. I don't want to go over there and play. Send me here. And the only ones that we're gonna be probably competing with is maybe Utah Jazz because they got a lot of draft capital and a couple of people. The Thunder. The Thunder still got a whole host of players and picks, and not too many else. So we probably number 3 on the list that we can, and I think the Thunder probably can outbid us in a trade right now. Only thing that's going against the Thunder is they're in Oklahoma. Like, who really want to go to Oklahoma? But Houston is a place to be. Good weather, no income tax. A star would eventually say, "Hey, I like Udoka. I like the core they got. They got into the playoffs with what they had. I'm willing to go there and be that extra piece." Man, I don't know why I'm getting feedback like crazy. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, you think all right, let's just say that what you see is what you got, right? When it comes to this, the to me the only concern is Jalen, because I feel like there's other players that shine that play harder than he does, and they're more efficient than he does, and pretty much you're gonna have to look at it like, if our man really continues to grow the way he's gonna grow, like, you I see why I like Tari coming off the bench, because I feel like it revs him up a little bit. It amps him up a little bit. But our men is starting to really look like a stud, man. And I don't know. I just feel like if you continue to get 17 points a game from Jalen, he doesn't turn the page. And of course, they're not going to trade right now. And right now, they're just making themselves. They're just making it look even better. Once the trade deadline come, and players might get injured for teams. People. They flames don't burn like they thought it would be. And I don't know, man. I just feel like that Jalen's on the contract that he has. It sets it up. It really puts it all on him, and he's having the most inefficient shooting year from the field goal that he's ever had. At 17, like, you're regressing, bro. You're regressing, while other players are ascending. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're gonna have to deal with that. And right now, definitely don't trade nothing. And right now, go Rockets. So yeah, try to everything homegrown, like you said, man. You try to fix your problems internally. You hire from within. You do everything from within. You feel me? And
Yeah.
and that's all the better, because when you do get to the top, you're all the stronger for that, because you've went through those roller coasters. So I feel that. I feel that. But like I said, bro, like, you got 7 lottery picks over here, bro. Like, boys are sitting over here salivating at the mouth. They really
Right.
salivating,
But the
right? And
and
so and Jalen doing like, but he's the only creator, really. Like, he create, but bro, I don't know what it is, man.
I mean, we possibly can have Jalen's replacement in the G League right now. Like, real talk. We don't even know what Cam is right now, right?
I don't
And
even know what it can be.
so,
Do you think Jalen could come off the bench? Do you think that he can do that mentally? Do you think that he'd be able? That's a big question to me. You know what I mean? Because to me it makes sense. Like, and I know he's Jalen. He's Jalen, right? Like, but I mean, can he? You think he could do that?
I mean, if he want a position, I know he will fight it. But if he want a position, he want to stay with the team. If that's the coach's decision, but we know it's always politics that go in with this thing too. He's a number 2 pick. Uh, but eventually, if he's just hurting your team to the point to where you can't overcome it, eventually, yeah, you're gonna have to find out something to do with him. And I don't think sending him to the bench is the answer. If you're just gonna send him to the bench and just get rid of him, like, go ahead and trade him, because I don't see that ain't gonna really work out. Just trade him, let him get a new fresh start somewhere else, and try to get someone over here that'll replace him. Now, if you in here with us, man, we got 155 people, man. If you haven't already hit that like button, hit that like button. The Houston Rockets just won their in-season tournament Group A. We are the champs. We will be moving on to the quarterfinals. And hey, man, it's a good day to be a Rockets fan. So we're young, we're fresh, we up and new, we're coming, we're turning heads. People, the league, we're showing them that we can now win. And this is all we really asked for the last 4 years. So really can't be upset. We really you know, can't be upset about it. Um, I guess my co-host left. EF Hutton's back, so I'm gonna let EF get the last word, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Go ahead, EF. EF Hutton. EF Hutton.
Yeah,
Go
man.
ahead and get the last word, man. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out.
Hey, who are this game against, Space?
Who our next game against?
Yeah,
Sacramento, I believe.
this is our challenge. This is our challenge right there. I mean, this is what we 2 years ago. This is what we was aspiring to be. This is what we were saying. Hey, man, we can do like Sacramento did and make that jump and get to
Oh
the
no, we
third
played the
seed. And,
Sixers. I forgot we got a back to back. I'm already looking past the Sixers. I think it's
oh,
the
okay,
Sixers, then the
well,
70s, then the Sacramento. Yeah,
well,
we play the Sixers tomorrow, bro.
well, depend on if they on a back to back. Oh shit, we play Sixers tomorrow. Well,
Yeah.
depending on if they on a back to back, then Joel might be sitting out. So, you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Sacramento game. I think that's going to be another big challenge for us. Obviously, shooting is going to be the talking point of the season, and it's going to be up and down. But I mean, hey man, it was a good game. I was glad that we pulled this game out because Minnesota is a rise has a rising star on their team. The only thing that I would like to see is Jalen outplayed guys who are younger than him. That's this is the thing that nobody has said that I've heard nobody say. Guys that are younger than Jalen are balling out, you know. And I don't know if he may need to pull up every guy like Dilly and say, man, look, that's what these guys' confidence is like. Why your confidence ain't like that? You know what I mean? And I think it's more of a like you said earlier, it's more of a between the ears thing with Jalen. Something if he have a bad game, something to pull him down. We need him to get out of that headspace of being so easily discouraged in his own talent. He said himself, they said, Jalen, what did you learn about yourself after after a couple of games or whatever? And he said that I'm a bucket. Okay, be a bucket. Be a bucket, bro. That's my closing argument. Be a bucket.
So go ahead, man, and get your. I mean, I'm really not the one to make excuses for anybody, right?
Right.
But the dude development was stunted by a rebuild, right?
Facts.
And when we see rookies come in and really just ball, usually they be already coming into a good environment, team coach already set, established coach. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
so because I'm not no Jalen Green homer, but I mean let's just see what it's gonna shake out because we still got 60 some games to play. And by
Hey,
April come or March come, we all might be singing a different tune on Jalen. And let's just wait it out and see.
I listen, man. I'm not down on the guy, man. Listen. Okay, couple of things. James Harden was on the bench right now in Jalen's career. Right now in Jalen's career, James Harden was coming off the bench. And you know what they were saying about James Harden? He doesn't rise to the moment in the playoffs. He shrinks in the playoff. You know what we did?
They
We
still
made
saying
him into
that.
a superstar. We made him into a superstar. And he balled out for us in the season. And what did he do? Not rise to the occasion in the playoffs. We don't know what Jalen is going to do in the playoffs. He might be, hey, he's a streaky player, but he shines in the playoff. We don't know that until we see it. So I'm not down on him yet. What I know is he's an inconsistent player. He's streaky. I don't mind having a streaky shooting guard. That's what both shooting guards are streaky players. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? If
most
he
of
if
them.
he wasn't a streaky player, he'd be a pure guard, a pure shooter.
But
You see
when
what I'm
they
saying?
but this is the thing, EF. When we see Jordan, Kobe, Ray Allen, the the older generation, and even guards today, Shea Gilders, he can have a bad game, streaky game. He's off. I know he's more of a point guard, but he's more of a combo guard. When they have these bad games, they know how to get to the line and efficiently and hit free throws. Jalen still haven't figured that part of the game out. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm having a bad game. I can drop. He don't get a good whistle either. I'm not gonna lie. He don't get a good whistle. see more guys around the league without his athleticism, without even nothing even comparable to Jalen, not his driving skills, not even driving all the time, but they get a friendlier whistle than Jalen most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's kind of crazy, but he don't get a good whistle, but he needs to figure out how to become, I guess, like I wouldn't say a foul merchant because I don't like the snap in the back of the head and over exaggerating, but he need to make it at least make it seem like that he's getting contact when even when he's not fully getting initiate the contact, do the up and unders and the Chris Pauls and the James Hardens like they used to do just to get to the line, because when you're not shooting efficient, the free throw line always come in play, and I think he can work on that part of his game, bro. But
Yeah.
right now, man, we all Rockets fans. We all happy right now. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Let's send it out. Let's get this victory some notice, man. Hit the like button if you already in here with us. And if you watching later, hit the like button as well. I appreciate my main man, E.F. Hutton, for coming up. He always got some good takes. He always got the brain going, and he's a seasoned veteran when it comes to the Rockets fans, and I appreciate him for coming up and joining us. I appreciate y'all for joining us and supporting the channel. We got all of the things in the channel if you want to buy merch, all of that, links in the description. You can support us that way. But I appreciate it. Hopefully it don't be too much longer, like spells in between these. But I was having technical issues, right? But I will see y'all when I see y'all. The Houston Rockets is the champs of the Group A in season tournament. We'll see y'all in the quarterfinals, and we'll try to get there, man. So CSGs, man, we got, man. I appreciate it. Much love to you. Holla at your boy Space. Appreciate you for supporting the Chop Shop. Check out Frank's video. He got it loaded up for in the morning. I holla. Let's go, Houston Rockets.